So this week you are going to submit the current draft of your infographic. This submission is not worth any points, but it's essential that you submit something here and submit it by the deadline because this draft is going to be used for the peer review process, which you will be graded on next week. Okay, so by midnight on this due date, you need to submit wherever you're at with your infographic. And we're all going to be at different spots. So you might be ahead or behind of one of your peers or whoever you're viewing. That's okay. But you need to, this is just going to kind of keep us in check and on track. So we're ready for the final submission at the end of the session. Okay, so you'll upload your current draft here. At this point, your infographic is expected to have the following. So you should at least have a title, a basic description of your infographic, an audience that's clearly defined, at least 3 facts with supporting information, and references, which you already did for your last assignment. So you should have that pretty much together. If you found references between then and now, obviously you will have added those to your final reference sheet. For all of this, I want you to know too, so maybe a basic description or even the 3 facts, nothing has to be in final wording, okay? So even if you have a title of your infographic on your draft, and then maybe it's just a short summary of your basic description. Maybe you haven't really gotten, have that completed by now. That's okay. I don't mean for this to stress you out, but the more information that you have, the better, because your peer will be able to give you better feedback if they have more information. So maybe even for your audience, it's not clearly defined on your infographic, but you could just put in a little text box. My audience is going to be teachers. For that reason, I chose pictures that are blah, 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 or whatever it is. So this draft, again, it's just wherever you're at. It's not meant to stress you out. It's just meant to keep us all on track. So you will submit that here. And then again, at midnight, your draft will be randomly assigned to another student in the class, okay? And then that student is going to complete a peer review, and we'll talk about that in the next assignment, and submit that. And the actual review that they give you, that's what you're going to get, that's what will be graded. So the review that you complete on your peer is what will be graded next week, okay? The other thing I just want to mention here, if you want this process to be anonymous, which a lot of times students do, make sure that in your file, you don't name it with your name, or nowhere on your infographic it has your name or identifying information. If you're okay with your peer knowing that that's your infographic, then don't sweat that part. But if you want it to be anonymous, just make sure when you're naming the file or uploading it, or whatever it is that you're uploading, it doesn't have any of your information on it, because once it's there, it goes to your peer and I can't make it anonymous. All right, have fun.